Hello, welcome. This is the 6 yard box. This is the all about 90 minutes. This one is a special one as we'll be looking at a couple of games played at the Euros. Sorry, at the Euros, at the World Cup so far. We've had a couple of games being played over the during the World Cup, and we've had a couple of games. That's been interesting games. So this is just a match reaction to all the games that's been played in the Euros, in the World Cup so far. Why do I keep saying Euros? I don't have a clue. So this is just match reactions. This is just me talking about some of the games that's been played in the World Cup so far. We'll be doing our watch alongs as well. Once we get the games that we want to watch. Once we highlight the games that we're going to be covering, we'll be doing some watch alongs for the game. There's still a long way to go. There's England playing on Friday against the USA. That might be the game. Is it? No, I think it's against Wales or the USA. I'm not sure who they're playing next. That might be the game that we'll be doing on Friday. I think it's Wales actually. That might be the game we'll be doing on on Friday. So yeah, let's get into the first game of the tournament. Kicked off between Qatar and Ecuador. That was the very first game in the competition, and yeah, it was started really wild with some crazy tackles in the first 5 or 6 minutes, and then the game settled down. It was a good game. Ecuador was just got the superior quality in the way they play. I think Qatar were just really passive. They were so defensive, passive when they get the ball. I think they should have had a little bit of a goal and try and play a little bit on the front foot as well. But they were just so defensive, and Qatar, once you do start defending deep, you're going to give yourself a lot of problems, and then you're going to struggle when you do get the ball to actually cause trouble for your opponent. So I think that's just quality in both sides. And Valencia grabbed 2 goals. I think he scored one from the penalty spot, and then he grabbed one with a header, a good header actually. And, Ecuador, it was easy. It was like a friendly, to be honest. Qatar didn't really offer anything going the other way. That was the opening game. The second game in day two of the tournament was the England game versus Iran. Yeah, which was there was a lot of stuff riding on it. I think you know everything about what's going on in Iran and what the England team wanted to do in terms of wearing the armband. Personally, I think taking the knee, I think will have sent a message out. Uh, you know, um, the organizers said they don't want anyone to be wearing anything political. And yeah, I think the England team bowed in the end. They didn't. They were going to wear. They were saying they were going to wear their armbands, but in the end, they didn't wear it. They just took a knee, and some Iranian players took a knee with them as well. And to be honest, in terms of what's going on, I think everyone is, every country has its own issues, and I think you can't be, you can't be setting moral standards if if you two you've had issues in the past and you're still having issues as well. I understand the what do you call it, the views of the organizers of the World Cup. Because a most Muslim country, they have their own laws and rules, and they've actually they've said that people should come and have a look instead of staying back home and and passing judgment. Go. They say you should come and have a look at the way the World Cup is and the way the World Cup is being organized. And yeah, nobody's perfect. Every country have their own issues, and it takes time for all these issues and all these issues or all these problems to be ironed out. Countries have got history of, I don't know, if you want to say countries that have got issues of bad behaviors or what we call so-called, you know, laws, oppressive laws. They've got a long way to go, and it's going to take time. It's going to take this kind of competitions for us to talk about it, and for us to make sure, they do adjust their laws a little bit, to be more accommodating of people of various different people believe whose beliefs are different. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say on the thing. FIFA is all about football. So it's not a political convention. It's football, and that's what we'll be talking about. And Iran came played England. It was really like the Iranian players were starstruck. They didn't do anything, to be honest. They were just defensive, too defensive. I think it was like a training match. England scored a couple of goals. England looked really good. I mean, England, anything would look good. Uh, Playing against that, the way the Iranians set up, I understand a lot is going on in their country, and it must be difficult for the players to focus on the game, focus on the competition. But it was just one of those things that that was always going to happen when this competition was awarded to Qatar, and Iran was going through this kind of situation they were going to with the political, with the unrest in their country. And yeah, it was England, did what they had to do, made a couple of changes. Bukayo Saka get a couple of goals. England look really well, really look good. That's how you want to start the competition. Get 3 points, get the points on the board, goals as well. Everybody's feeling confident, and I think yeah, it was a good start for England. I wouldn't that game didn't really say anything about England. We know they're going to go through the groups. So when they get to the knockout stages, that's when they have to perform. The quality is there, the squad is there, but just can they actually deliver? Because the next stage, I think, is for them to actually win. They've got to the semi-final, the last one. In the Euros, they got to the finals, and now they just have to go, winning. It's very difficult, until you actually do it. It's going to be a case of, you know, can you do it? It's a bridge that you still have to cross. So yeah, England looked good. That was the first game in the group, Group B. Then the other game in that group was Wales and USA. Well, USA were really, really good. I was really impressed by them. They had a lot of energy. They were young, very quick, aggressive midfield of Tyler Adams in midfield. He was very, very good as well. They have McKennie in there. They got, most of them are young lads. You got the guy from Conor Robert. I think his name is Robert. I'm not sure what his name is. Lewis Roberts. He plays for Leeds. They have Aronson as well. He plays for Leeds as well. A couple of Leeds players in there. They would just look really sharp. They look quick to the ball. They are pressing together. They look like they very, very. They got a lot of energy. They might lack a little bit of experience, but they got a lot of energy, and that help them. Might help them going forward. And I think they will. They will cost them. Because if they can get out of the group, that would be really good for them. But it's going to be tough still when they come up against. I think they play Iran next. I think they play Iran next, and I think they will beat Iran easily. And yeah, it was a good game. They scored first, a good goal as well from uh, um, the son of um, what's his name? I can't remember the guy's name now. Where can't remember his father's name. But his father used to play for Sierra Leone, for Liberia. Very, very George Weah. That's it. The son of George Weah. I think his name is Louis or something. And he played really well as well. He scored the goal. Good pass from Pulisic to set him in. And then Wales got got a penalty through the talisman, Gareth Bale. Wales were not going nowhere in that game. They were struggling to get their possession going. And yeah, they were really, really struggling to get going into the game. And they had a lot of problem in terms of possession in the first half. But second half, they got their act together, started playing football. And yeah, it was a lot better in the second half. And It was a lot better in the second half, and they got yeah, and they got the they got the equalizer uh through Gareth Bale. They got the equalizer through Gareth Bale, and yeah, it was a lot better. They got the equalizer through Gareth Bale, and they deserved it. They deserved it for the way they played the second half. Wales, and yeah, they got the draw. They got the draw that they won, and I think that's setting them up really, really well for the next game. I think it's against England as well. So yeah, first first couple of games overall, good games. Good. The players look really. Some of the teams look really fresh. They look really sharp, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of the game. So yeah, results so far, everything has gone to plan as expected. In terms of the teams, and Ecuador was expected to win. They did. Senegal, that's the one I've not talked about. Senegal and Holland, that one ended 2 goals to nil. Senegal, I was really surprised for Senegal. They didn't have Mane, but I think they should have done a lot better in that game. They had some chances where they just making the wrong decisions, cost them. Holland got the first goal from from a good goal from the cross into the box, and then Gakpo with a header, Cody Gakpo with that header, and it was poor defending from Portugal, from Senegal. Second half, they had to pile on the pressure, trying to get the goal, and they got Holland got the second goal from a counter attack. And that was poor goalkeeping from Mendy. Could have done a lot better with the save, but he couldn't push the ball wide enough. And yeah, and they got the second goal, and I think Senegal will look at that game and think they could have done better. They should have done better, to be honest. They shouldn't be losing that game, but I think they still got to play. They got to play. I think Ecuador is next for Portugal, for Senegal. They have to win that game. So I'm still hopeful that Senegal will make it out of the group. But yeah, looking at all the games, I think the results were, apart from this Senegal Holland game, I think all the games, the results were expected, and there was no surprises really, and the games have kicked off really well. So looking forward to the next couple of games that's going to be played as well, and we'll be looking into the games that we'll be doing some watch-alongs for. So yeah, such notifications, and we'll be doing some watch-alongs for some of the games, not all of the games, because of the time the games are kicking off as well. So we'll be doing obviously watch-alongs for some of the games leading up to the weekend. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This is all about 90 minutes, all about 90 minutes match reactions to the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. We're just looking at some of the games that have been played so far, and looking forward to the next couple of games. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for if you're a new subscriber. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you next time, hopefully for one of our watch alongs. Thank you very much. Make sure you stay safe. God bless. And I'll see you around.